Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm Aiman, and today we are going to have a conversation about morality, about ethics with my good friend here. He's my friend since 2013, so we've been friends around 7 years, very close. So we are going to do the assignment of Street Dakwah for UNGS 2080. So without further ado, let me start by having my friend introduce himself.
Okay. Hi. My name is Ryan. I'm a friend of Aiman. I'm from Sabah. I'm a Murut race. Race. And I'm a Christian.
Yes, Mac Ryan. His name is Mac Ryan. So let me start by introducing myself first. I'm Aiman, your friend. Wait, where do you study, huh? Where are you studying right now? Yes, we forgot.
I'm currently studying at ITEC Education College Shalam, doing marketing with transfer program for 2 years, and I'm in my final semester.
Oh, amazing! Very amazing. I'll continue by introducing myself. I'm Aiman. I'm currently studying at International Islamic University Malaysia. Yes, very good. Very good. I am Kadazan Dusun. Oh, Sabahan, yes, Sabahan.
Yeah.
And I am a Muslim. Let's start our conversation about morality, about ethics, and just as a disclaimer, we will switch between the English language and also the Malay, but in our dialect, which is Sabahan. So, without further ado, Mr. Mac Ryan, let me ask you one simple question. Based on your religion, yes, Christian,
Yep.
what is your point of view on morality?
Morality. Okay. So basically, any religion teaches us to, do good stuff to people, respect others, and spread love and positivity.
Yes.
But in Christian, there's this one thing called the Ten Commandments, or in Malay, the 10 Hukum Tuhan. Something like that. Yes. So basically, this 10 Commandments is a guideline, is a bit like a guideline lah on to maintain a good life, to not do bad things, and hopefully to enter heaven.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
What are the 10 commandments, yeah?
I can't say the accurate 10 things, but some of them are like obey your parents, hormati orang tua, jangan berzina, don't steal other people's thing. What else? Respect the Sabbath day, things like that, and jangan menginginkan isteri orang lain.
That is very dangerous, yeah. Very dangerous.
The 10th rule.
Very dangerous.
So yeah, basically it somehow teaches us to obey the 10 commandments, hormati orang tua, which in contrast you cannot do, you cannot disrespect your parents.
Yes.
Don't disrespect your parents lah, and then don't berzina, jangan berzina. You all know what berzina is.
Yes. We all know what. Yes. We all know.
Yes. So yeah, that's a bit about the commandments. And also in the Bible, if we go through the Bible lah, actually macam ajar kita untuk although it's based on past stories, histories, but actually it is related to the present. present lah. Present.
Yes.
So yeah, macam apa? There's this one story about this one guy yang very sakit, and then they seek help lah. Ada orang lain yang minta tolong to help the orang sakit. So in some time we have to help lah orang yang needy.
Yes.
Macam tu lah. And then macam kalau in dulu punya cerita, they give bread to the orang-orang yang lapar. So maybe nowadays if we see homeless people, and then maybe we can help them by giving out some used clothes, something like that. Yes.
That's a very excellent answer from you, Mr. McRyan.
Wow.
Very amazing.
That's a 5-minute preparation.
That's a okay. Based on your answer, we can see that regardless of what religion we are, Islam, Christian, we all have these same moral values that we have to be a nice person, right?
Yep.
So with that, I would like to share from my point of view on morality and ethics of Islam.
Yeah, sure, man.
Sure. Why not? Sure. Okay. So let me start with something very simple.
Okay.
Before we go to the ethics and morality, let me explain about one thing, which is akhlak. Okay, akhlak. Akhlak is an Arabic word, which means ethics. Okay, ethics. Yes, ethics. Okay, so basically, ethics, or in Malay, etika.
Okay.
Akhlak and etika is very similar, but it's quite different. With ethics, ethics can change depending on where you are, and it changes mengikut zaman. Yes, that's the word. Yes, that's the word. So ethics can always change, but in akhlak, it never changes, because akhlak is something that we follow from the Quran and also from Rasulullah, our Prophet. So that's one thing, and everyone has akhlak, everyone has ethics. So that's one thing. So let me start with the first thing about this, which is morality as validation of iman. It's very simple. It's a very simple concept. So iman is basically your belief as a believer. The higher your iman is, the better you are, right?
Yeah.
So how we measure this is, the better your morale is, the better your morale is, the higher your iman. So that's how we do it.
Okay.
That's like how everyone does it. The better person you are, the better believer you are. So that's the first thing. The second thing is about amanah. You've heard about amanah, right? We've all heard about amanah. It's even in our Constitution of Malaysia.
Yep.
Very simple. There's a few points of amanah. You know amanah, right? We cannot lie. We must
Very honest lah.
very honest. Yes, very honest, man. But we have to be amanah with a few things that are very important, which, for example, we have the amanah to our family, the amanah of returning deposits to their owner. This is very important, yeah. For example, let me speak in Sabahan.
Alright.
Kau pinjam orang punya duit.
Okay.
Lepas tu kau tidak bagi balik dia punya duit tu.
Oh.
Kau tidak amanah lah kalau begitu.
Oh.
Oi, susah tu begitu kan?
Macam kau cakap sama saya tau.
Dan saya cakap sejak. Saya cakap sejak. Begitulah. So that's the amanah of returning deposits to their owner. Another one is the amanah of keeping secrets. Keeping secrets is also very important in Islam. Let's say you are in a meeting, and everything that is mentioned in the meeting is very confidential. Let's say it's about the profits or like your secrets of the company. You cannot tell anyone else outside of the meeting. The moment you step out of the meeting, you cannot tell anyone about what you discussed in the meeting. That's considered a big sin. And if you do tell anyone about the things that you're not supposed to, you are not amanah, which is very bad. Okay? There's
Wait, one question.
Yes.
Is that the same with jaga aib orang?
Yes, that's the same. That's the same. If we see something bad about it, we cannot tell others about it. We have to like that. Yes.
Let biar yang di atas menghakimi.
Yes.
Oi.
Yes.
What a good interview, man.
Yes, very good interview.
Okay, go on.
Okay, that's the second thing. Second thing is about amanah. Very simple concept. The third thing is about responsibility on other creations. This is also very important. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had any pets?
Pets? Oh, yes.
What pets did you have?
Currently, I'm having a cat.
Okay,
Five cats.
5 cats. Oh, amazing. Cat lover.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Yes. Okay.
Let me ask you, do you feed your cats?
What?
Do you feed your cats?
Yeah, of course.
Of course, yes. Because that's a very important thing to do.
Yes, it's a nice thing to do.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. Cameraman. Very tired holding the camera. Okay. Okay, anyways. Let's say for example you have a plant, okay? You have a plant. You must always water it and give it sunlight because you have the responsibility on that creation, okay? If you do not water them and give them sunlight, you are considered a bad person. You don't have morale because you are supposed to take care of that creation, right? Because it's a creation of God, right? Agreed. Yes. For the fourth thing is justice. Justice. Let me give a very simple example, okay? Yes, we are all created equal, but sometimes equal is not the suitable thing. Do you know the difference between equality and equity?
Yes.
Let me try to explain. Let's say kau
Okay.
kau 20 tahun.
Okay.
Lepas tu kita berangan kau ada adik 3 tahun. Okay?
Okay.
Lepas tu untuk kasih justice, we're talking about adil, okay? Adil. Equality. Yes, adil or adil. Yes. In Arabic we call it adil. Can you say adil? Oh, amazing. Okay. Your parents give you 1,000 ringgit each month, okay? But to make it equal, they also give your 3-year-old brother 1,000 ringgit also. That doesn't really make sense, right? Because you need the 1,000 ringgit, but your brother that still lives with your parents does not need that 1,000 ringgit. So, what I'm trying to say here...
Okay.
What I'm trying to say here is that we are supposed to be adil in a sense that we should give a person what they need, and not just because that if another person has it, you should also give it to another person. You get what I'm saying? Yes, very simple. And now for the fifth point, and I think a very interesting point is this. Okay, in Islam we have a saying called Amar Ma'ruf Nahi Munkar. Can you repeat that? Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you sorry? Okay, it's okay. Okay. Anyways, Amar Ma'ruf Nahi Munkar is a saying which all Muslims follow. There's 2 parts to it, which is Amar Ma'ruf and Nahi Munkar. Amar Ma'ruf is what is Amar Ma'ruf, cameraman? Okay, Amar Ma'ruf is encouraging goodness. Okay? Amar is encouraging, inviting, and Ma'ruf is goodness. Okay, can you repeat Amar Ma'ruf?
Amar Ma'ruf.
Yes, amazing.
Encouraging goodness.
Yes. Wait, how many minutes already?
15 minutes.
15 minutes already. It's supposed to be 5 minutes. It's
Then
okay.
What happens when,
It's okay. More marks. More marks, yes. So Amal Ma'ruf, we invite people to do goodness together. Let's say, for my instance, I want to go pray at the masjid, right? But rather than I'm the only one who's going to the masjid, how about I invite others to go to the masjid as well? That just adds all the goodness together, which is encouraging goodness, which is what we want. The second part is nahi munkar. Nahi is discouraging or disagreeing, and munkar is badness, is bad. Can I hear you repeat nahi munkar?
Nahi munkar.
Yes, nahi munkar. Okay. Can I hear you repeat amar ma'ruf nahi munkar?
Amar ma'ruf nahi munkar.
Yes. You are amazing. Yes.
Amazing.
Anyways.
Goodness, discouraging badness.
Yes. Anyways, nahi munkar. Nahi munkar is also very simple. You discourage others from doing bad things. For example, okay, you go inside your room and you see someone smoking. Oh, very bad, right? Very bad. Very bad. What do? You why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? No, don't laugh. What we do is that we tell them, hey, don't smoke, it's bad. Yes, so we discourage badness. Very simple, right? Amar ma'ruf nahi munkar. I believe that every one of us, regardless of our religion, can follow this because it tends to make the world a better place. Don't you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Alright.
So that concludes all the things that I wanted to share today. Once again, which is, yes, I would repeat all the stuff. Okay.
Let me repeat that.
Let you read. Okay.
I want to show that I learned something.
Yes.
Alright. So I learned about akhlaq.
Yes, akhlaq, yes.
And then amanah.
Yes.
And then is it justice?
Yes, justice.
Justice. And then amar ma'ruf nahi munkar.
Yes. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Encouraging goodness, discouraging bad.
Yes. You are the best, man. You're the best.
You just succeeded.
Yes.
With DAKWAH.
Yes. Yes. So, what I would like to say is, oh my god, I have to add so many subtitles after this because 30-minute video. Anyways, what I would like to say is, thank you for participating in my assignment today. It was really great to catch up with you and have a good conversation with you today. And let's continue to do goodness in our life to become the best that we can be.
Sure will, brother.
So with that, I thank you.
My
Bye.
pleasure.
Okay.
Ciao.